Let's begin our arithmetic lesson by standing, and we'll sing our song, Visit the Animals That Live in the Zoo. We'll visit the animals that live in the zoo. Zebra, gorilla, giraffe, kangaroo, elephant and monkey, alligator, bear, lion and tiger and yak will be there. Antelope and buffalo, panda, bear too. God made all the animals that live in the zoo. Stay standing and let's look over at our big zoo picture. Now on our big zoo picture, we are going to follow the path and count all the way to what number, boys watching? And what number will we count to, Victoria?
20.
20 is right. Why don't we start at 1? We'll count all the way to 20. Students watching, you join us. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
That sounded good. Girls and girls watching, sit down. Boys and boys watching, stay standing. Boys and boys watching, let's count from 1 to 20 together. 1, 2, 3,
4,
5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10,
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
17,
18.
19,
Good
20.
job. You can have a seat. Titus, I really heard you counting. That sounded so nice. Girls and girls watching, stand up. Girls and girls watching, let's start at 1 and we'll count to 20 together. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Good job. You can have a seat. I've got a quick thinking question for our students watching and boys and girls in this classroom. What number is 1 more than 11? Girls watching, answer that first. And check their answer tray. Ooh, girls watching, did you get it correct? Why don't we see if we can help him, Titus?
12.
That's it. The number that's 1 more than 11 is 12. Why is that true, Trey?
Because it comes after 11.
That's it. It's the next number. If we look on our counting zoo, here's 11, and the next number we'll count as 12. What number is 1 more than 17, Victoria? Oh, boys watching, answer before Victoria. I think they got it. Why don't we help Victoria? Ava, what's our answer?
18.
Why is 18 1 more than 17, Victoria?
Because 7 goes, because 8 comes next.
That's right. We have 17, and then the next number we count is 18, so it is 1 more. We'll keep working on that. Now let's come over this direction, and I want us to look at our counting chart. Looking at this number right here, what number do you see, Aslan?
40.
40, and we're going to count to this number, which is what, Emery?
65.
65 is correct. Now watch my hands. Let's start out with our girls and girls watching. We'll start at 40, but boys and boys watching, be ready. 40, 41,
42, 43, 44,
45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51,
52, 53, 54, 55, 56,
57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62.
63, 64, 65.
Nice job. You can have a seat. Now, in our last lesson, we started going around the zoo in our zebra zoomobiles. And I have our zebra zoomobiles right where we left them. Remember, boys and boys watching, you were at this number, which is what number? Hayden?
4.
But the girls and girls watching were at 4 plus 1, which is what number, Benjamin?
5.
Ah, so who is in the lead? Is it the boys and boys watching or the girls and girls watching, Kobe?
The girls and the girls.
How do you know?
Because they're in front of us.
That's right. They have a bigger number, so that means they're ahead. Now, we'll play the same as we played in our last lesson. Girls and boys watching, you be ready to answer before any of us in this classroom. Why don't we start out with Aslan? I really like those eyes. Versus Benjamin. You just give me the number. Remember, only one answer. Be ready right away.
12.
A little bit faster. Benjamin. Oh, he's going to go to the place that's 4 plus 1, which is what number, boys watching? And what is 4 plus 1, Victoria? Good. Just move it up.
4.
Oh,
5.
there you go. I go to the next number, which is 5. Good job. Now let's have Aria versus Titus. Aria and Titus, I'm going to change my answer. So you be listening, students watching, you listen too. Plus 1.
10.
She was faster. Good try, Titus. Aria is going to be going to 5 plus 1, which is Emery. What number?
6.
That's right. Let's move that Zebra Zoomobile over. Good job to our number 6. Now I'm ready to have, oh, the pretty smile, Victoria. Victoria, let's have you play against Trey. And we're ready to go.
18.
She was faster. Victoria is going to 6 plus 1, which is what number, Kobe?
7.
7, is it? I'll help you. We'll get it down there. Air high five. Woo, got it. Good job. You can have a seat. Oh, look where we are. Do you see what's happening? Our guys are at this number. Our girls are at this number. Who's leading right now, students watching? And who is in the lead? Emery? Okay, Emery, stay standing. Hayden, go against Emery. Let's see if the boys can get this one. Boys watching, you be really fast.
22.
You know what? You gave me 2 answers. We're going to try just one more. You're right. What number is this?
22.
Now, what's 22 plus 1?
23.
23. Let's try another one. Just give me the number. Students watching, be ready to help.
30.
He was faster. Emery, come on over. He's going to 5 plus 1, which is what number, Tanner?
6.
Good job. Right there at 6, close behind. Now, Kobe, like that smile. Kobe, let's have you go against Ava.
25.
It was Ava. Ava coming up. She's going to 7 plus 1. What number is that, Aslan?
8.
8. How did she know it was 8, students watching? And Aria, how did your sister know that was 8?
Because 8 is the next one.
That's right. When I add 1, I go to the next number. Let's have Tanner play against, oh, I've got to call on Aria. I love those eyes, Aria. Tanner versus Aria.
21.
Ooh, he was fast. Come on and move it. He's going to go to 6 plus 1, which is Benjamin.
7.
All right, Benjamin, stay standing. Benjamin, have you play against Hayden. This one's going to be a challenge. Students watching, see if you can beat those in our classroom.
0.
That was a tie. Let's do another one.
13.
A little bit faster, Hayden. Good try, Benjamin. Hayden's moving to 8 plus 1, which is, girls watching, and answer for us, Titus.
9.
9 is it. Titus, you stay standing. We're going to have you play against Aslan. This is going to be our last one. We'll see where we end up. You ready? Listen, plus 1.
29.
I'm going to call that a tie. Let's do just one more. Plus 1.
15.
He was a little bit faster. Good try, Aslan. I like that smile. What a good sport you're being. Titus, come on over here. Titus was at 7. He's going to 7 plus 1, which is what number, Kobe?
8.
8 is it, but let's look at our ending score. You ready? Let's look over here. Thanks, Titus. I'm going to move the ladies just a little bit this way. Which team got farther? Students watching. And what do you think? Which team got farther, Hayden?
The girl.
The girls did. Why? How do we know they got farther? Tanner.
Because 9 is bigger than 8.
That's it. Their number is bigger. Oh, thinking question. How many more did they get? One had 8, one had 9. How many more did they get? Do you know, Ava? How many more did the girls get?
1 more.
That's all right, 1 more, because 9 comes right after the number 8. Now, I'm ready for some help with some different numbers. And why don't we start out with this number here? Girls watching, tell me the number you see. And what number do you see, Emery?
2.
Okay, I am going to put a really, are you ready for this? Really hard combination on my board. In fact, students watching, I feel pretty confident you're going to be the only people who can answer this question. I don't think our boys and girls in the classroom can answer it because it is going to be so very hard. All right, Emery, tell me again, what was this number?
2.
Okay, so I'm going to write the number 2. I'm adding, so I'm putting my plus sign. Oh, you think you can handle the next number? Students watching, you think you can handle this? Students watching, can you answer that combination? They can do it. I see them nodding their heads at me, but I have people nodding their heads in this classroom. You know the answer to this. Victoria, why don't you help me out? Tell me.
2.
How did you know it was 2?
If there's a 2 and there's a 0, that means if there's no, the number you put first stays the same.
You're right, because what does 0 mean, students watching? And what does 0 mean, Benjamin?
Nothing.
It means nothing. So my number doesn't change. Let's do this. Let's prove that with our counters. Students watching, get your counters closer to you, and students in this classroom do the same. In one hand, I want you to put 2 counters because that was our first number. And your other hand, how many counters do you get to put, boys watching? And how many counters do you get to put? Aria. We have 2 in one hand. How many goes in the other hand?
2.
Oh, careful. We already have 2 in one hand. What's our next number?
None.
None or 0. So what is 2 plus 0, Aslan?
2.
2. It's the same number. Let's do another one. Maybe this one will be harder. Students watching, tell me the number that is on this card. And check their answer. What do you see on this card, Aria?
1.
1 is it. So I'm going to put the combination on our board that begins with 1. You show me with your counters. I have 1. I want to add nothing. What number means nothing? Students watching? And Hayden, what number means nothing?
0.
0. I'll add 0. And 1 plus 0 equals, Kobe, come up to the front. Show us the answer with your counter. He has 1 counter in one hand. He has 0 counters in the other hand. And Kobe's sharing a smile with our students watching. How many counters do you have, Kobe?
1.
Because 1 plus 0 equals?
1.
It does. It's the same number. Good work. Let's go to this one. And let's have just our boys watching give us this answer. And how many do I have right now, Benjamin?
5.
That's it. I have the number 5. So go ahead and pick up 5 counters. Put those 5 counters in your hand. All right. We're going to add a great big number to 5. Students watching, do you already know the number I'm going to write? I think they do. Ava, do you know the number I'm going to write? What is it?
0.
A 0. And 0 means what, Ava?
Nothing.
It does. Well, 5 plus 0 equals, oh, I see people with counters already. Students watching, I see you with your counters. Come up to the front, Benjamin, and come share with us the answer to that combination. I like that smile. Ready to share with our students watching. He has 5 counters in this hand. How many counters in this hand, Benjamin?
0.
0 or none. So what's 5 plus 0?
5.
5 is it. Does my number change when I add 0, Benjamin?
No.
No, it doesn't. Good job. You can have a seat. 5 plus 0 equals 5. Let's do another one. Let's move on to this number, which is what number, Aslan?
4.
It's 4. I'm going to begin with 4. You pick up 4 counters and put them in your hand. I'm adding. I want to add nothing to 4. What number means nothing, students watching? And Trey, what number means nothing?
0.
0, so I'll add 0 to 4, and 4 plus 0 equals, wow, people are ready with answers. Do you have it, students watching? Why don't you come up to the front, Aria, share your smile and your counters. I like that smile. Students watching, we're glad you're here with us. All right, help me. What is 4 plus 0?
4.
How did you know it was 4? When I add 0 to a number, does it change?
No.
No, it stays the same because 0 means?
Nothing.
It does. Good job. You can go back to your seat. Let's see if we can do one more combination. Tell me the number that you see, Tanner.
3.
3 is it. So pick up 3 counters. I want to add nothing to my 3. What number means nothing? Aslan? So if I say I have nothing, what number is that?
3.
Oh, not 3. 3 doesn't mean nothing. 3 is something. What number means nothing, students watching? What is it?
0.
0. 3 plus 0 equals, come up to the front for me, Emery. I like that smile. And Emery, you share with us what is 3 plus 0. Do you already know, students watching? I think you might. Okay, Emery, share with us what's 3 plus 0.
3.
3 plus 0 equals 3 because when I add 0 to a number, it doesn't change. Nice job, Emery. Take those counters and just slip them away from you for just a moment. I've got some really hard combinations now. You ready? What about if I say 9 plus 0? What's my answer? Students watching? Trey had it right away. What's 9 plus 0?
9.
How did you know that, Trey?
If you have 9 and you put a 0, then it's 9.
That's right, it stays the same because 0 means nothing. Well, what if I add 21 plus 0? What is my answer, Benjamin?
21.
Louder.
21.
How did you know it was 21?
Because if you put a 0, it stays the same.
It does. It stays the same because 0 means nothing. I've got a really hard combination. I think just my students watching will know this one. Okay, students watching, are you ready? This is just for you. Students watching, what is 1,000 plus 0? Did you get it? Now, is there anyone in this classroom who can check our students watching answer? Do you know, Kobe, what's 1,000 plus 0?
1,000.
How did you know it was 1,000, Kobe?
Because 0 is nothing and it stays the same.
That's right. 0 means nothing and my number just stays the same. Let's try one more together. What is 100 plus 0, Victoria?
100.
You're right. Why is it 100, Victoria?
Because 0 means nothing and that means the number you choose with 0 stays the same.
That's right. It stays the same because 0 means nothing. Now let's take just a moment and let's look at our combination dot cards, kind of like we looked at in our last lesson. Remember, we said combination dot cards, they're easy because the answer is right in front of you. Well, let's start out with this dot right here. Students watching, how many red dots do you see? And help us out, Aria, how many red dots do you see?
1.
All right, Aria, stay standing. How many blue dots do you see?
None.
None. There are 0. So tell us our combination.
1
Plus
0
equals?
1.
That's right. My number doesn't change. It stays the same. Now let's see its twin. And remember, its twin means I just changed the places of the numbers that I'm adding. Victoria, why don't we have you help us? Girls watching, help Victoria. How many blue dots, girls watching in Victoria?
0.
Plus?
1 equals 1.
Nice job. So listen to what happened. When I change where my dots are, my sum or my answer doesn't change. It stays the same. I didn't have any dots jump on. I didn't have any dots jump off. Let's go to this combination right here. Boys watching, help me with this combination, and Benjamin, you help as well. How many red dots?
5.
Plus, how many blue dots?
0.
Equals?
5.
How did you know it was 5, Benjamin?
Because if you put 0 and it stays the same.
It does. It stays the same because when I add 0 to a number, it's the same number. Now let's look at its combination twin. Oh, I love Hayden's eyes right on me. Hayden, how many blue dots?
0.
Now stand fast to answer so we can hear you.
0.
0. How many red dots, Hayden?
5.
5 is it. All right, so let's look at this side. Tell me again, Hayden, how many blue dots do we have?
0.
0. There aren't any. There are none. How many red dots do we have?
5.
Okay, can you give me our combination? How many blue dots?
0 plus 5 equals 5.
That's it. And notice what happened. Even when I switched the order, my answer was the same because when I add 0 to a number, it stays the same. Let's move to this combination and let's have Tanner help me with this combination. I like those eyes, Tanner. How many red dots?
4.
Plus, how many blue dots? None or 0. And 4 plus 0 equals, Tanner?
4.
That's it because my answer stays the same. Let's go to its combination twin. Boys watching, help Titus with this combination.
0 plus 4 equals 4.
Nice job. When I add 0 to a number, what happens to the number, Titus?
It stays the same.
It does. It stays exactly the same. Let's go to this combination. Girls watching, Ava, help us with it.
3 plus 0 equals 3.
Nice. Now what happens when I switch it? Ava, give us this combination as well.
0 plus 3 equals 3.
Did my answer change, Ava?
No.
No, it didn't. My dots stayed the same. It's just the side that they were on. Victoria, I'm ready for your help with this combination. Girls watching, help Victoria as well.
2
Plus?
0 equals 2.
Nice. Now let's do its combination twin. Girls watching in Victoria.
0 equals 2.
Careful, 0 plus
2
equals
2.
Nice job, Victoria and Aria. I liked your smile. You got every combination just right. Let's do this now. Let's get our counters a little bit closer to us. And let's see if we can see the combination and its twin. Remember, the twin doesn't mean the answer changes. We just switch the order that our add-ins or our first two numbers come in. So let's start with this one right here. Put one counter in one hand, and how many goes in the other hand, students watching? How many goes in the other hand, Aria?
None.
Come up to the front, Aria, and let's show this combination twin. Students watching, you be ready to join us as well. So we're starting out with our combination. Have this one just in one hand, and this one doesn't get anything. So this combination shows us 1 plus 0 equals what, Aria? What's your answer?
1.
1 is it. Now take your hands and cross them. Good. Now we see how many here, Aria?
None.
Plus
1.
equals how many counters?
1.
That's it. So 1 plus 0 equals 1 and 0 plus 1 equals 1. Nice job. Let's do another one. Use this combination dot card to show this combination. Let's see both of them. Remember, it's combination twin means I just switched the order of the add-ins. You're ready fast. Ava, come up to the front. Ava, be ready to share this combination. You are ready quickly. Good job, Kobe. All right, Ava, tell us how many counters in this hand plus how many counters in this hand
0.
equals how many in all?
5.
All right, now give its combination twin. So there you go. How many here?
0.
Plus
5.
equals?
5.
Nice job. So when I add 0 to a number, what happens to that number, Ava? It does stay the same. Good job. You can go back to your seat. Let's do another one. Let's go on to this one here. Show me this combination. Students watching and boys and girls in our classroom. You're fast, you're fast, you're fast. Wow. Students watching, I hope you're as fast as we are. Come up to the front for me, Trey. Trey, grab those counters and let's check our answer along with Trey. All right, Trey, let's start right here. How many do you have in this hand?
3.
3. So we'll hold that in this hand. How many counters are in this hand, Trey?
0.
0. So what's 3 plus 0?
3.
That's it, because when I add 0 to a number, it stays.
The same.
Nice. Switch it. Let's see if its twin is the same. How many counters here?
0.
Plus
3.
equals?
3.
That's it. Good for you. My sum stays the same. You can go back to your seat. Take those counters and let's push them away from us for just a moment. And I need already some more helpers. Up to the front of our classroom, I'd love to have Aria share her smile and Emery share his smile. All right, students watching, you be ready to help us. Oh, Victoria has a pretty smile to share too. I need some help with these numbers. And I'd like to know how many gumballs are on Aria's card. So girls watching, tell me that answer. And Victoria, check their answer. How many gumballs are on this card?
7.
7. There are 7 gumballs on this card. And so I'm going to write the number 7 right on our board. How many of these marbles do we have, boys watching? You are faster than our boys watching. Good, Victoria. How many?
6.
6 is it. I'm going to write the number 6 right here. I've got a question for our students watching and boys and girls in this classroom. Which of these numbers is the bigger number? Do you know, students watching? And help me, which number is the bigger number, Benjamin?
Gumballs.
The gumballs, which is what number?
9.
Not 9. Check it one more time.
7.
7 is it. Say it again.
7.
7 is it. If I look at my numbers, I can see that 7 is bigger than 6 because there's more with 7. 7 is the greater number. Thank you. You can go back to your seat. I can even come over here to my counting chart. And if I look at my counting chart and I compare my numbers, this was Aria's card. Aria, tell us again how many you had.
7.
7. And this was Emery's card. Emery, how many did you have?
6.
And if I look at my counting chart, 6 comes before 7 because it's smaller than 7. 7 comes after because it is bigger. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to circle the number that is greater. And that's what I'll start to do when we do some work like that. When I see the greater number, I'll circle it. Victoria, why don't you come hold this card right here? Come up to the front and hold this card for me, Ava. And students watching, you'll be ready to help us as well. We want to find a number that is greater. Let's look first at Victoria's card. What number is on Victoria's card, Titus?
1.
It is. It's the number 1, so I'll write 1 on our board. Now we can see Ava's card. And what number is on Ava's card, Titus?
8.
It is. It's the number 8. Now, Titus, I need your help. Which number should I circle? Which number is greater?
8.
How did you know that? What does greater mean?
After.
After or?
More.
More or bigger. Good job, Titus. You can have a seat. Thanks, ladies. You can have a seat as well. Let's have Aslan and Kobe come up to the front. Kobe, come hold this card. Aslan, come hold this card right here. Students watching, you be ready to answer right along with Trey. How many bananas do we see on Kobe's card, Trey?
4.
Stand to answer so we can hear you.
4.
All right, I see the number 4. How many pennies do we have on Aslan's card, students watching, and Trey?
2.
Okay, Trey, which number should I circle? Which number is bigger, greater?
4.
That's it. 4 is the bigger number because I count 4 after I count 2. Now, I'm ready for some people to come help me on my board. Now we're ready for some people to help us on our chalkboard with circling the number that is greater. What does greater mean, students watching? And what does greater mean, Hayden? It means the number is?
Bigger.
It is bigger. Hayden, why don't you come to our chalk and come to our numbers next to our monkey. You circle the number that is greater. Over here next to our ostrich, let's have Tanner circle the number that is greater. And right here, right next to our zebra, circle the number that is greater, Benjamin. While they're doing that, we're going to look over at our screen, and I have some bears. Girls watching, answer right along with Aslan. Tell me how many bears I have. Aslan and girls watching.
7.
I have 7. Now let's look down here at our toucans. How many toucans do you see? Boys watching and Emery. Count them up.
9.
9 is right. Now Emery and boys watching, this question is for you. Which number should I circle? Which number is greater?
9.
So Emery, how did you know it was the number 9?
Because 9 is bigger than the other number.
Nice. I have a question. What should I do to show that it is greater? What do I put around it?
Circle.
A circle. I'm going to circle it, and that's going to let us know that number is greater. Good work, Emery. Now let's come over here to our chalkboard, and let's check our answers to see how our students did. Students watching, you check right along with us. Let's start with this first set of numbers next to the monkeys. Benjamin, read these 2 numbers to me.
3, 5.
And what number did Hayden circle?
5.
Why?
Because it's bigger.
It is. It's bigger. It's greater. Let's go next to our ostrich, and let's have Aria stand and read these numbers to me. What number is this?
0.
And
1.
why is 1 circled?
Because
It is.
bigger.
It's bigger. It's greater. Titus, check these numbers for us. Read this number.
4.
Oh, start with this one.
2.
And
4.
why is 4 circled?
Because it's the number that's greater.
It is. It's bigger. Let's look at something really fast. To students watching, do you see how neatly these circles were made? Everyone who worked at my chalkboard, good job at making nice, neat circles. Speaking of neat, let's come over here and let's look at some numbers. We want to write everything neatly and nicely and carefully. And I have some numbers on my board. What number is this, Tanner?
8.
8. Watch me as I make our number 8. Remember, our numbers are upstairs and downstairs. We'll touch the ceiling, we'll curve, go through that dotted line, curve, touch the carpet, cross at the center, and then go right back where we started. Students watching, boys and girls in our classroom, have your pointer fingers ready. Let's do a number 8 in the air together. We're going to curve to the ceiling, cross at that dotted line, curve, touch the pink carpet, cross at that dotted line again, and go right back where we started. Keep those pointer fingers in the air. I'm going to do one on the board. You do it in the air. Here's our number 8. We're going to curve, we cross, and then right back where we started. Here's another number for us to practice. We've seen this before. Ava, what's my number?
4.
For the number 4, we're just starting at the ceiling. We'll go to the dotted line, cross on the dotted line, and then slant right down to the carpet. Pointer fingers in the air. Students watching, join us. I'll do one on the board. We'll go down to that dotted line, cross on the dotted line, and straight down from the floor to the ceiling. Now we have another number I'd like us to see. Trey, what number is this?
5.
5 is it. We'll start at the ceiling. We'll go to the dotted line, curve up above the dotted line, curve, touch that pink carpet, and then don't forget his hat right on the ceiling. Have those pointer fingers ready. You do one in the air, I'll do one on the board. Ready to go, Aslan. I like that. Here's our curve. Touch the pink carpet. Stop right there at the downstairs midline, and then his hat goes on his head. Prepare for arithmetic. Arithmetic paper out, and we'll check the front of our papers. Good, Hayden is ready already. Good, have that pointer finger right on our first set of combinations. Let's just look at our penguin combination and tell us what combination you see and what the answer is. Ava?
1.
There you go, plus
4.
equals
5.
There you go, good work. Turn your papers to the back and have your pencil in your hand. We're going to do some practicing with numbers, and we'll begin with the number 8. Number 1 says trace the numbers and finish the rows. Let's do that right now, beginning with the number 8s. Good, Emery. Got it, Hayden? Good. Trey, tuck in just a little bit so it's easy for you to get to your workstation. There you go. Good, Aria. Love that tracing, really neat. Good, Titus. Nice, Victoria. Let's go on to our number 4. Trace carefully. Sure, in just a little bit, I'll be happy to. Good job. Now, remember, paperweight, not a headrest. Nice and neat though, Benjamin. Kobe, I'm going to tuck you in just a little bit so it's easier for you to get to your paper. How's that? Better? Ooh, I like that. All right, let's go now to number 5. Let's do a nice, neat row of the number 5. I love these. You were so careful. Touch every line, Aslan. Tanner, this looks so nice. Maybe just put it right on that star. It'll give you just a little bit more slant. Good, Benjamin. Those 5s look really neat. Let's see. I love that 4. That is my favorite number, though. Good for you, Emery. So careful. Why don't we try this one more time and notice he needs to touch the top and the bottom. I'll write one. You trace it, and then we'll do another one right at that purple dot, okay? Let's go now to number 2. Number 2 says we need to write the sums. The sum is an answer to an addition combination. Let's go to our first one. 3 plus 0 equals, Victoria?
3.
Super, write the answer 3. Let's go across. 2 plus 0 equals, students watching? And check their answer, Aria. What's 2 plus 0?
2.
When I add 0 to a number, does it change? No, it doesn't. So write your answer 2. Oh, careful with this one. Next combination is 4 plus 1. What is 4 plus 1, Kobe? So start at 4 and do one more.
5.
5 is it, right? 5 is your answer. When I add 1, I go to the next number. Now let's go to our second row. What is 1 plus 1, Trey?
2.
Super, right? 2 is your answer. What is 0 plus 5, Tanner?
5.
Good job with combinations. The answer is 5. Do the last one by yourself. And what is 0 plus 1, Titus?
1.
How did you know it was 1?
Because if it's 0, the number stays the same.
That's right, it stays the same. Let's look now at number 3. Number 3 says fill in the missing numbers. Oh, we're starting with 0. We're counting to 10. Let's see how quickly we can fill those in. Good job, Emery. Being really careful. I like how your numbers touch the top and the bottom. Good, you got 1. Now fill it in all the way across. Excellent job, Trey. So careful. Good, Titus. Nice work. All right, why don't we have Benjamin check our answer. Benjamin, start with 0. Good. And count all the way across.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Careful counter. Students watching, I hope you got that as well. Let's look down for just a moment at number 4. Number 4 says to circle the number that is greater. Go to the orange oval, and Ava, tell us the two numbers you see.
5 and 3.
And which number is greater, Ava? How did you know that? What does greater mean?
It means it's a bigger number.
It is. Circle that number 5. Students watching, you finish this paper with your on-site teacher.